Hey guys, so I'm really stoked today. More subjects to come about not just being in the business, right? Not just having the business at the age of 47, but also about what gives you the business. So today we're going to talk about fats, but we're actually going to talk about medium chain triglyceride fats. So let's not get it twisted and let's get right onto it. Here we go. So we got some coconut oil. And as you can see, it's very liquidy. People who live in colder states who buy it for the first time, it's like white, thick, and chunky. They're like, and then when their coconut oil turns into this, they're like, what happened to my coconut oil? Well, this is a fruit that is very fatty that can withstand high heat. It's stable. So it can take the cold and get hard, and then it can take the heat and become liquid at room temperature. So let's go into what the heck is coconut oil. So coconut oil is a 6 to 12 carbon molecule fat. And it's got this like variety of a fat profile in it. And it's a saturated fat. And it's a medium chain triglyceride fat. So what does that essentially mean? It means a small particle size. And we want that because that small in particle size will already be digesting in your saliva. Kind of like a carbohydrate. So it can be quickly digested and go from your liver into your bloodstream. You really don't need the bile salts to scrub it and break it down to a smaller size because what? Other fats are LCTs. Long chain triglycerides. That means they're thick and dense and chunky and big. They take a lot of force and energy to break down because they're thick. Now, they're not thick in your mouth. They're thick in molecules, the way your body digests these types of long and small fats. Molecules. So, the coconut oil. I just love it. This is a badass fat because it has lauric acid in it. I mean, it's got mauric acid, and it's got caprylic acid and capric acid. These are great fatty acids, but it's got lauric acid in it, right? That stuff gets all up in the brain because our brain is made out of over 80% fat. A lot of people don't realize that. They always think of fat as this demonized type of thing that's going to come and make you have a heart attack and make you sick. But actually our body is comprised of fat. So I always say, like, why would Mother Nature be so stupid to make this something that we cannot eat here? Like, okay, so I've got fat here, but I can't eat dietary fat, but I'm comprised of fat, proteins, and water. Okay, here we go. So what I want people to realize is that it encourages certain type of metabolic responses like lipase to help metabolize your food. We want fat as a dense molecule to not just heal the brain, but that lauric acid is immune fighting. When you develop things like mood disorder, bipolar, autism, ADD, ADHD, your body's going through like a blood sugar dysregulation up in here. Kind of like a type 3 diabetes when you're having elevated glucose in the brain that your body has difficulties with metabolizing. So with that said, coconut oil has a glycemic index of 0. There's no glycemic response, and that lauric acid has all these immune fighting benefits for the brain and for the rest of the body. Because our immune systems are taking a hit. When I hear in videos of people talking about it, that it's a saturated fat and that could lead to heart disease, then they don't understand cholesterol. Because actually coconut oil encourages HDL, the big fluffy cholesterol. So not actually cholesterol, it's a high density lipoprotein that is the carriers of cholesterol from your liver to inflammation back and forth, because cholesterol is supposed to work as an antioxidant to heal and patch inflammation in the body. Our bodies make 75% of it in the liver, so why would Mother Nature be so stupid as to, yeah, I'm getting stoked on me working real hard on building the lower half because I had 10 surgeries. But anyway, I digress. Here we go. Okay. So basically, when people are trying to keto adapt, it's such a great fat to use. A lot of people can use meat fats, which I encourage meat fats that are high in vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins and minerals to help give the proper nutrients to the body. But MCTs from coconut oil help the conversion of ketones to get into the Krebs cycle in your brain. So when we get to the subject of a pure MCT with caprylic and capric acid, where the scientists have taken the MCTs and make it 100% rather than a 66% MCT coming from the coconut oil, because coconut oil is derived from many fatty acid profiles. And some people like to use this to encourage your body to manufacture ketones even faster. It kind of pacifies the brain because it hits your blood-brain barrier so fast that because it doesn't have to go through the whole gallbladder issue to break it down, not an issue, but the whole process and extra output work, that it can actually kind of pacify the brain because it's so small in particle size, it doesn't demand a lot of digestion from like an LCT. The problem is that the body really doesn't understand the capric and the caprylic acid fatty acid profile, so your stomach kind of like doesn't know what to do with it in the beginning. You actually have to develop the enzymes to break down these unusual fats, because a lot of us are not from tropical climates, so they don't know how to break down these MCTs. But your body will go to the tool shed and it'll start making the enzymes to break down the MCTs. So if you get stomach cramping again in the beginning or loose stool, then that eventually should go away. Some people have actually developed many food intolerances from eating wheat and eating other garbage, and so when they eat the coconut oil or the eggs, they can't digest it. That's not normal in nature. You should be able to eat all whole foods without having an allergen or an allergic reaction to those foods. But yes, eating poor foods, stress, lack of sleep can develop, and eating wheat can develop food allergies or intolerances. So some people, and it's a very tiny percentage of people who cannot digest coconut oil or MCT oil. It's just they can't. It might take them a long time to actually heal their leaky gut or the Crohn's disease or whatever type of inflammation they have, or their low HCl levels, to be able to digest this fantastic fat. Now, MCT, pure MCT does not have lauric acid, so it doesn't have the lauric acid benefits, and I wouldn't cook with this stuff. But the coconut oil, the reason why this stuff is so amazing is because A, it's small, tiny particle size, so it can hit your blood real fast. It can calm your brain down when you try to induce ketosis and your body is still looking for the energy. Because remember this, people, when you try the ketogenic diet and you cut out your carbohydrates, your body is like, where's my freaking crack pipe addiction? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And it kind of gives you a withdrawal symptom of not having that carbohydrate, and so therefore your body starts signaling to either eat again, or it'll try to get you to conserve your energy by making you real tired until you refeed and get your glycogen storages back up in your muscle and your liver to remain a carb burner. But we don't want that, because being a carb burner can like dysregulate your blood sugar and create a lot of health issues. So the whole point, cut the carbs down and eat a ton of fat. So like I said, coconut oil, the reason why I always bring it up to the people that I coach is because it helps to create and produce, through this lipase digestion benefits of trying to get your body to reach ketogenesis quicker. Do you have to have coconut oil to get into a state of ketosis? No, it just encourages ketosis. But for people who've got any type of brain issue or immune issue or fungal issue, this stuff in here is antifungal, yo. Not only is it antifungal, it's like high in vitamin E. So this shite's so good for your skin. Just slather that stuff on. Fantastic, Vami. Yes. So sick of people talking about that coconut oil may not be good for you because of its saturated fat profile. It helps to decrease your LDL small particles, that plaque. That's what it's amazing for. It actually helps with any type of coronary artery disease. It encourages your HDLs. Don't get it twisted. We need fats in our diet. It's carbohydrates that create glycation end product, that glycate cells, that create the inflammation in the artery and encourage the plaquing of your arteries through carbs, not fat. When we were hunter-gatherers, we ate the fattiest bits of the animal. The eyes, the tongue, the brain, the vital organs, high in fat, high in minerals, high in our fat-soluble vitamins. The muscle meat, it just has protein. It doesn't have the fat-soluble vitamins. But the organs have everything, all globbed up. So our hunter-gatherer ancestors were able to be in ketosis for most of the year while vegetation was not growing because of the seasons. And even when it did grow, you still were within that 4 to 5 grams of glucose because everything is bitter. In the wild, even fruit, berries were tiny and they were sour, very low, because sweet fruits attract insects. It's kind of hard for a fruit, for vegetables or fruits to grow in a non-tropical climate if they're super sweet. When we were hunter-gatherers, they were like very bitter, which is the reason why we don't have a lot of storage space for carbohydrates. But we got a ton of storage space for fat. Let me tell you, we got a lot. So this is what I want to talk about with you guys. I want to not go over. I want you to take your coconut oil. It's freaking amazing. It's fantastic. I eat 80% fat. I put this stuff in teas. I can make a salad dressing out of it. I can just slather it on the food, or I could just spoon it or fat bomb it or whatever. Fat bombs with Ceylon cinnamon, by the way, no cacao. But really understand the benefits of the vitamin E, of the lauric acid, the caprylic, capric acid, mauric acid, the small and particle size to skip the whole gallbladder process of breaking down foods, the immune boosting qualities of it, and the fact that I got my mother on coconut oil and her stuttering from her brain surgery stopped. It is great for brain injuries. It is great for mood disorders. It is great for depression. Your body loves lauric acid. It's the same shite that's in breast milk. Okay, it doesn't have 100% of the same immune boosting qualities of breast milk, because breast milk is breast milk. But it's got up to freaking 15-20% lauric acid there the lauric acid, or it's, I think it's from 12 to 18% actually, which is a lot of freaking lauric acid for your immune system. And all you guys are walking around candida because of the freaking sad diet that we're on, and just taking this stuff really helps with all of the candida overgrowth, the parasitical overgrowth you got going on in your body. And you know what else is really fantastic about it? You can put this stuff in your mouth, okay? Swish it around for 20 minutes. It's called oil pulling. If you ever have like a toothache, put this shit in your mouth. It will take down the inflammation like that, because our mouth, unfortunately, is too alkaline, because if it were acidic, our tongues and mouths would have wounds in them. So bacteria kind of grow out of control. And because this is antimicrobial and antifungal, it kills the microbes in your mouth when you have a toothache without having to run to the dentist and give you a root canal, which will give you a heart attack because of the way that they do the root the procedures, and to deaden the nerves, and bacteria is at the bottom of the root and it gets into your bloodstream and it can give you heart issues if you already have a weak heart. We don't want to have root canals ever. There are other ways. We're just going to the doctor and we're just getting freaking pills and this and that stuff that's band-aiding the problem. Lauric acid, oil pulling toxins out of your body and out of your mouth. Fantastic bomb. Do this every day and watch your health benefits. And like when you have a cold or flu,